Y'all get ready to put y'all up on something, man. Yo, when you see something ill, you know what I mean? That's woke. Anything ill you see is woke. Having a big six at the curb, that's woke. Okay. Especially if you got the fully equipped kid on it, it's woke. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I had this bad chick uptown, she was woke. Had me messed up in the head, I mean, whoa. Bought the chick diamonds and pearls, I mean, whoa. Should've seen the ice shining on the wrist. Whoa. Now money ain't the problem, see my dough is like, whoa. Pull out my bankroll on y'all dudes like, whoa. Lost the boot strip and shoot tip like, whoa. Money wanna beat my blueprints, I'm like, whoa. Had to hit the brake on y'all brothers like, whoa.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on, my beautiful people? Welcome back to the JP Show. I am your host, JP. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this week's show. Man, I got a packed show for you guys today. Before we get into that, again, rest in peace to DMX. Let's talk a little bit about Black Rob right now. Growing up, I thought Black Rob, I love this song, Whoa. I thought Black Rob was going to be a major star because he came out with this hit song. And his first album actually wasn't bad at all. It's actually a pretty decent body of work. But I guess whatever the case is with Black Rob, I don't know. I'm not sure 100% if it's drugs or he just, hit on hard times or whatever the case is. But he's in a situation right now. And me and some of the brothers, and I even think that I seen this maybe on the internet or somewhere where they were saying that the rappers should come up with maybe like a 401k plan or some type of like the record labels when they sign a deal, inside they deal. Remember what Reebok did for Allen Iverson when they signed him to that mega deal? But I think, if I'm not mistaken, they held maybe 40 or 50 million dollars. They held that for him until I think he turns 50 or something like that. Then he can get the money that Reebok is owed to them. And I think that some of the record labels and even like some of the rappers need to come together and start something where you don't have to be like this. You don't have to be a rapper where you get to 40 or 50 years old and you can't feed yourself and, you lost all your money. Who knows? People lose money every day. So I'm not here to judge nobody on what they do with their money. But, you lost all your money or whatever the case is, and now, you're homeless. There need to be some type of avenue where the rappers can come together with themselves, start some type of program where they'll have something, like they can have something. And even with insurance as well, like rappers don't have insurance. If they get sick, all that money comes out of pocket. So and if you don't have no money, then you got to do what you got to do. So yeah, I really do think that there needs to be some type of program, or the record labels, when they sign these major artists to these big deals, maybe, you don't give them $1 million straight up, to sign. Maybe, maybe the artists take 500 now and then hold 500,000, until, maybe a certain age or whatever. You never know what's going to happen to you. Maybe when you get to that age, maybe you don't need that 500,000. It's just extra money. Or maybe you will. In the Black Rob case, if they would have held, I don't know what he signed for or whatever, what his contract looked like, but if they would have held, let's say $1 million, you hold $1 million, hey, until you turn 45, you hit 45, you got $1 million coming to you. You know what I mean? So I hope Black Rob, hope everything works out with Black Rob. We are praying for you. I'm praying for you. I wish you the best, man. You're one of my favorite artists. And just keep going, keep going, keep going. If it's drug addiction that got you in this type of situation, listen, man, you got to figure out a way. You know, we just seen DMX pass away from drug addiction. All you rappers and singers and entertainers out there that's having difficulties with drugs, like, we really need you right now to figure out a way to beat it. And I know it's hard, man. Listen, I have family members that were on drugs, heavy drugs. So I know it's hard. I know it's a difficult thing to go through and try to beat, but you can beat it. You know what I'm saying? And we the people, we're here with you. We'll fight with you. And that's another thing. Like, I feel like some of the artists, I guess because, you know, they feel like, you know, they don't need help or whatever, but like, we'll fight with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're here for you. You know what I'm saying? So let's try to beat this, man. Like, let's beat all this drug addiction, you know, that's taking out, you know, a lot of our artists and a lot of our people and our black people. Let's beat this drug addiction. Because we got so much stuff right now taking us out. The police is taking us out. Drugs is taking us out. We're taking ourselves out by fighting each other. Come on, man. We're gonna be extinct in probably 20 years. It ain't gonna be no more black people because we have so many different things that's taking us out. You know what I mean? So that's the Black Rob situation. Let's get into get it off your chest. So remember, guys, a few episodes I came up with this segment called Get It Off Your Chest. So again, if you guys got anything you want to get off your chest, please leave a comment and let me know what you want to get off your chest. This is the craziest thing. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck with y'all. The last show I did, I got absolutely 0 comments. Can you believe that? Like, with my major personality, my crazy personality, my last show that I did, I got absolutely 0 comments. That's a get it off your chest moment right there. Let me get that off my chest. 0 comments. Like, I'm giving y'all the real. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to you the real deal, live in effect, and I'm giving you topics, controversy, real stories, you know, things that's really happening in today's time. I got my last show I did, no comments. That was a bummer for me. So let's get into some other get it off your chest. Kid Cudi last week on, what was that? Saturday Night Live. He wore a dress, beautiful garment, beautiful dress. Man, it was exquisite. But not on you, Kid Cudi. Like, I don't care what the reason is. Listen, people come up to me, he was wearing it because of this. Cut it. The reason why you wore that dress, Kid Cudi, is because you wanted to wear that dress. You're a freak show. Like I know if I'm trying to pay it's other ways I could pay homage to other artists and other entertainers than wearing a dress. I'm not wearing no dress, and I don't want to be closed-minded or whatever, but you got to think about it. If you wear a dress, we already being torn down as black men. You know, you got women walking around every day. Men ain't shit. Yeah, men ain't shit. You got all these type of people just knocking us down. And then you show up on Saturday Night Live, one of the biggest shows that Caucasian people watch. One of the biggest shows. I ain't saying black people don't watch it, because some black people do. But, you know, Saturday Night Live is a big show, and a lot of Caucasian people watch that show. So what's the first thing that Kid Cudi thinks about doing? Maybe I'll show up on Saturday Night Live with a beautiful dress on. Really? Is that how you feel, Kid Cudi? I'm not feeling it. I'm not down for it. Nope. Like, I came up in the era when Jamie Foxx and all those dudes was wearing dress, and Martin and all that stuff, and it was cool and it was funny, but it was a different time, and it was sitcom. It was a comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was doing it for the laughs. It was a comedy. Like, you showing up performing on Saturday Night Live is not a comedy. You know what I'm saying? That's you, basically. That's you saying, look at me. Look at who I am. I'm a man with a beautiful dress on. So, I don't know. Let me know. Well, I always say let me know how y'all feel, but I got 0 comments. I got 0 comments on my last show, so I don't know if you're going to let me know how I feel. You know what I'm saying? How you feel. But, again, let me know how y'all feel about the Kid Cudi wearing a dress on Saturday Night Live, one of the biggest shows in America. One of the biggest shows in America. Kid Cudi said, you know what, I'm gonna wear a dress on that show. So, what else we got here? We got Kid Cudi wears a dress. Once again, to the ladies, and I be out and I be walking around the streets and I'm always talking to people. For the ladies, once again, there is no such thing as BBW. If you're going to call yourself a BBW, okay, cool, whatever. But again, to the ladies, guys love BBW. Like, I got into a big situation with, a female, I was talking to out on the street, and they just don't understand that guys never came up with this whole BBW situation, or thick women, or big girl, whatever. Guys never came up with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a BBW, that's something that a woman made up. A guy didn't make that up. And guys, again, and again, guys love BBWs, or thick women, or big girls, whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? I know so many dudes that's with a thick and healthy woman. You know what I'm saying? So please, women, if you're watching this show, please understand that you being thick is a plus for men. Be a woman. If you're a woman and you got a big ass and you got big breasts and all this shit, and you go to your man and you say, oh, baby, I'm thinking about, losing all this weight. And first thing the man goes, don't lose that ass. Am I right or wrong? First thing, don't lose that ass. Or don't lose them tits. You can lose whatever, but don't lose that ass. Don't lose them thighs. Because guys love thick, big women. So cut it out. Like, enough is enough. If I gotta come on this show once a week and say enough is enough, it's enough. Like, you guys, you went long enough blaming guys for everything. For how you look, for how this, for how that. You guys women blame guys for every last thing. If they got a problem, if they have an issue with the man, if a man break up with them 3-4 times in a row, it's the man's fault. Sometimes it's not the man's fault. Sometimes it's your fault. You need to look within, see what you're doing. Maybe you're picking the same guy over and over and over and over again. And you're trying to get something out of that. You got to stop picking, ladies. Listen to me. Stop picking the same exact guy over and over and over. Try to pick a different type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it works. You are picking the same guy. I know females that they say, oh, I like men, tall, dark, and handsome. Well, if you're picking tall, dark, and handsome over and over and over and over again, and it ain't working, or if you may be picking Caribbean guys, you like Caribbean guys, and you picking Caribbean guys over and over and over. You done dated 3 Caribbean guys in a row, and they all are cheating on you or playing you for a fool, then you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case. It could be Italian men. It could be, you know what I'm saying, American men. It could be Dominican men. If you're picking the same, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, for the ladies, stop coming to me with this whole BBW and all this stuff. We don't care about none of that. We don't care about no BBW. The thicker the better. Alright? The thicker the better. Also, real quick, on get it off your chest, I want to talk about the situation that is going on in America right now with the officers. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to Dante Wright, who was killed in Minnesota. And rest in peace to Adam Toledo, who was killed by an officer in Chicago. And also the officer Jonathan Pentland, who pepper sprayed a military officer in Virginia. So, you know, this situation that's going on in America with the officers killing black people, I mean, it's really, honestly, this really has been happening since the 60s or the 70s. It's not new, but, you know, we have the technology now to put it on, to watch it, you know, straight up. And it's so disgusting, like what they did to the military officer. And in that video, it kind of to me seemed like the other officer, not Jonathan Pentland, but the other officer, it kind of seemed like he wasn't really down for it. It seemed like he kind of wanted to, he didn't want to, because he didn't pepper spray the officer, the military officer. So it seemed like, you know, he kind of wasn't really down for it. But Jonathan Pentland, the police officer, he seemed like he was very down for it, and he wasn't going to stop until, you know, like you do what exactly he say. Now, according to the reports of what I read, and I would have did this too, I think most of people would have did this. The military officer was being pulled over because he didn't have, or he had a tag in the back of his car, but they couldn't see it. Maybe because of the tent or whatever was so dark, they couldn't see it. I don't know. But so he was getting pulled over, so he drove, he was in a dark area and he drove to an area that had light, which was a gas station. So I guess maybe he drove for about a mile until he found a gas station. So I guess the officers thought that he was trying to elude them. So the one officer, he called another officer, which he called Jonathan Pentland. So they finally get to the lit area, which is the gas station, and I guess the cops was already, and I'm not trying to save the cops, but the way I see it is I guess they was kind of already in motion. I think that's why they had their guns out, because they thought that he was trying to run away from them because it took him so long to stop. Mind you, he didn't want to stop in a dark area, and I would have did the same thing. So I slightly, I don't know. I kind of slightly understand why they was a bit aggressive, but I felt like if they allow him to explain himself why it took him so long to pull over, then maybe that would digress the situation. I don't know. We didn't get to see the beginning of the video, so I don't know if he was able to tell him. From the way the video came on, it looked like they just came out with their guns up and was just like, yo, you know what I'm saying, put them up. But I felt like he could have explained to them why he took so long if they would have, you know, if they would have asked or they would have let him. So, man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's really hard for me to watch these videos now I mean, after the George Floyd situation last year, and the officer right now he's on trial, so we're waiting for this trial to end. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like if this officer in Minnesota, Derek Chauvin, whatever his name is, I feel like if they let him go, I feel like it's going to be all hell in America. I feel like the shackles is going to break loose, and it's going to be just a straight up war, because I don't see how they could let him go. But I feel like, with the kid Dante Wright being shot down in Minnesota, I just feel like if they let this dude, Derek Chauvin, go, and, you got the lady officer in Minnesota, and she's saying that she made a mistake. She confused her taser with her gun, which the one thing I will say in the video, Dante Wright was trying to elude police. He was trying to run. Like, there's a lot of good police out here, and I know we be saying this. There's a lot of good police officers out here, and I know a few. And, I don't want them to get, like, mixed in with all the bad apples. You know what I'm saying? And it's some that really do their job, and they do their job well. And so, with this situation, I can't say I can't say I don't believe her, to be honest with you. I think that a lot of officers are really afraid. And I don't even want to say like they're afraid of black people, but I think that when they get into those moments of making decisions, you got to make those, I feel like, this is what I feel. I feel every officer, some people are not supposed to be officers. And I think that what they need to do is start making officers get like a 4-year degree, because from what I understand, at least I think like in New York, you don't even have to go to college to be an officer. I think you could have like a high school diploma or something like that, but I don't even think you have to go to college. But I think they need to start with the police officers, making them go get a 4-year degree, because, and I'm not trying to say like if you got a 4-year degree, you're the smartest or the smarts, but I just feel like there's a higher level of education. Some of these people just got a high school education, and they go start working on the force. They become an officer. And it's like, the one thing I feel like college give you is critical thinking. Like some of the college courses, you have critical thinking. Like, what would you do in this situation? Everything is not like 1 + 1. College is not 1 + 1 is 2. Like, there's critical thinking that goes on in college. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think like some of these officers is not receiving. And then not only that, but for officer, you gotta have critical thinking in pandemonium. You know what I'm saying? Like think about that. You gotta have critical thinking in a pandemonium situation. Because with Dante Wright, his situation is he was trying to elude the police, and he was trying to run from the police. You know what I'm saying? So instead of them, you know what I'm saying? Even if he got away, you got his tags, you probably got his ID and all that type of stuff. Let him run. You're just gonna pick him up later on. Where's he gonna go? You got his tags. You can follow him. Your car right there. You can call it in. Oh, we got a looter. You know what I'm saying? Eluding police. You call your boys. Y'all chase him down. Bam. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, he's gonna get caught. Straight up. So it's no need even to tase him. To me, even the tasing is going too far. If he want to try to elude police, if you can't fight him off or whatever the case is, let him go. You know what I'm saying? Once he get in his car and drive off, You get in your car and drive off. You call it into the dispatcher. Dispatcher, we got a guy here. He's eluding police. We're on the chase. You got the whole crew. You set up roadblocks. Soon as he come through the roadblocks, slash the tires. He can't go nowhere. The car's pulling over. He get out and run. You get out and y'all chase him down. You're going to get him. You don't have to shoot him. You don't even, to me personally, you don't even have to tase him. All you have to do is just sometimes take a step back. But that's where critical thinking comes into play. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of officers, they think with their emotions. I seen this so much, especially in New York. I've seen officers, if you don't do exactly what they tell you to do, they think with their emotions. They get their emotions involved instead of with their mind. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes with people, especially with people, man, you gotta meet them on the mental level. Because if you meet them on the emotional level, sometimes that's your ass, Mr. Officer. You could get in trouble. So a lot of times, especially I see this in New York, the officers, they don't have a higher learning training. They didn't go to college or whatever. As soon as they got out of high school, maybe they went to the military for 4 years or whatever the case is. And then after the military, they went straight to becoming an officer. And so they don't have that critical thinking, like a different type of way of thinking, a higher way of thinking. They're missing that. So I think with they're talking about the training, but for me, I think it needs to be more of an education level type of thing. If you just got out of high school, you should not be able to just become an officer. No way, no how. If you live outside of, let's say if this is Harlem, if you live outside of Harlem, or let's say, because it's kind of, I don't want to say that because it's kind of broad, but let's say if we're in Brooklyn, and if you live in Long Island, you shouldn't be able to you should be able to become a officer in Brooklyn. You should become an officer in your district or in your area, close to your area, because you kind of understand those type. If you grew up there, you was raised there, and that's where you live, you kind of feel that area a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand if you live in Long Island and you working in Harlem. Come on, man, come on. And I'm not even talking about color. You could be black, white, whatever. If you grew up in Long Island and you working, all day in Harlem, nah. No. Most people that live in Long Island, they don't want to be in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? You need to be, and they need to stop doing that. They need to stop placing people, so far away from their home. Place them where they're comfortable. They're more comfortable in this environment. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. If you're from Harlem, you should be able to police people in Harlem. Because more times than likely, if I'm from Harlem and I'm policing people in Harlem, I'm not going to be so strenuous. Not saying that I'm not going to abide by the law. I'm going to abide by the law. But I know these people and I know how to interact with them. I know how to get them. It's like it's like this, man. Like I know how to give in a little bit and let them take a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Pablo. I'm going to tell you a story that he told me not too long ago. Pablo, if you're watching this, I hope you don't mind if I tell this story. But my man Pablo told me, he from the Heights, and he was working in Harlem. I think he got placed in Harlem. He's an officer. So my man Pablo told me, and for some of you that don't know, Washington Heights, he's from Washington Heights, and the Heights is in Manhattan, but it sits above Harlem. So he's from the Heights, but he's working in Harlem. So he came to the block one day and he was like, he seen some young boys on the block, and he told the kid, he said, yo, I gotta be here on this block between such and such hours. Let's just say, I can't remember what he said, but let's just say 9 to 5. I gotta be here on this block from 9 to 5 in this block that you're on right now. So after I leave, man, you can do whatever you want to do, man. This your block. But from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, I can't let you be on this block doing what you're doing, selling drugs. I can't let you do that. So after I leave, though, after 5, listen, do what you got to do. So my man Pablo said, the guy was like, oh, man, get out of here, man. Da, da, da. You know what I mean? I get money. This is what I'm doing. So next day, dude was right there. Pablo came for his shift. Dude was right there on the block. Matter of fact, let me go back. Pablo told the dude the first day when he seen him out there, Pablo told the guy, he said, yo, I'm going to give you three strikes and then you're out. I'm taking you to the precinct. Yo, my man Pablo said, this is my block. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. After 5 o'clock, you do what you want to do. I'm off duty. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But from 9 to 5, this is my block. I don't want you here. Like I said, the kid started talking smack or whatever. Pablo said, I'm giving you 3 strikes. So Tuesday, let's say Tuesday came, kid was right back there. Pablo walked straight up to the kid and said, yo, that's your second strike. The kid was like, oh. Next day came. Kid was still there on Pablo's shift. Pablo walked right up to the kid and said, all right, bro, I told you. You know what it is. Turn around. You're under arrest. You read him his rights, all that type of stuff. Put him in the car, took him to the precinct. So, the kid, he's in the precinct doing all this talk. Oh, officer, bullshit, man. But, the big homies came to Pablo and was like, yo, Pablo, I appreciate, like, yo, he gave him 3. He gave him three. He gave him 3 chances. 3 chances. That's another thing about young kids too, man. It's like, yo, when somebody I wish somebody would give me 3 chances. 3. Come on, bro. Like, that's a lot. So the big homies came to Pablo and gave him respect. Listen, Pablo from the Heights. He already know. Like, he from the same neighborhood. Pablo know. He's like, yo, I grew up in the Heights, man. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is. I know how it is. I ain't trying to stop your money like that. But what I am trying to do is stop your money from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Holla at your boy. Yo, guys, stick around for the topics. Topics is coming up next. Second half of the JP show. Coming up next, y'all. Guys, love you.